Hello and welcome back, and we're continuing our haul from Botcon. What we have here is the bb-47 Beastbox Phantomaster, as well as the special add-on that comes for the set. Now let's go ahead and check out the packaging. As you can see, we just have some leaves and a tree here, and the instructions are on the back. Adds on to the box so that the Chameleon can attach to it. And then we have a cool illustration here of kind of a dissected look of the lizard, as well as a bug, his extended tongue, and then some other features. So the eyes can rotate, he's got a special mechanism, he's got a PVC tail, and it shows the little different configurations, and then the two modes here. So if you're not familiar with these, beast boxes are robot animals or robot creatures that turn into boxes. Sounds novel, but it's actually quite cool. So let's get out of the box and see if it's worthy of our collection. And here we have the Phantomaster out of the packaging, and Beastbox have come a long way. So this was my very first one here, and as you can see, even though it has a very cool aesthetic look to it, it's pretty simple. It just kind of folds up into a box. However, wow. And if you can get the optional stand, get it, because it definitely completes the look of this. We now have our lizard here. He's got a few accessories. So we have the leaves that are kind of posable, and we have the stand. The box they all come with. We have sort of like a razor blade edged ladybug that can peg on him or any of the ports. We have this little insect here with a stick on it that can be held. But what's cool here is when we pop this open and we push this button, and his tongue pops out. And on the edge of the tongue is a port where we could have him eating the insect. That is so cool that they have packed so much into what Beastbox has become. But we have him on here. He's just holding on with 3 legs, about 1 out. They have a little port in here that allows you to put it on there very firmly, so you don't have to worry about him falling off. So the only thing that might be loose is this, and it seems to hold pretty well. My only concern might be the fact that this is a clear plastic. Could be brittle over time. However, we're just going to see how it goes in the long term. As far as other accessories, we have a little card here. And we have this clear piece of plastic, which what I can gather from the instructions, you just fold it and put it in the back of the packaging. And I think it really acts as a spring to help push the box mode out. But let's go ahead and pop him off here and check out his articulation. And it has quite a bit. It's really on there. There we go. But yeah, the stand itself has articulation. It's almost like a techno-organic tree branch. So that's pretty cool. We'll move that out of the way. So we have the head opening accessory, or gimmick. We have the tongue that springs out. We have shoulders that move like so. They can rotate. They have a double jointed elbow, rotation at the wrist, and then clasping hands. And as far as the head goes, the head can be tilted up and down, so it's sort of like it's on a ball joint. Then over here, we have this section of the waist where the tail's on that can be moved in and out. The tail is sort of like a rubbery material, so it doesn't really, I mean, it can be moved, but it's not really about articulation there. And then we have rotation of the hip, then a ball on the base of that rotation, rotation at the knee, and then a ball joint at the ankle. And all in all, I mean, there's a lot of moving parts. Oh, and there's also the eyes are individually posable. So you got to get a good grip on them, but you can change the direction of the eyes. And even though I don't believe this glows in the dark, those plastics do react to black light. So depending on how you want to display it, if you want to display it like it was in a real lizard cage with some black light, something like that, it could have a cool look to it. But yeah, the detail's really good. So Beastbox, everything I've ever had from them, the quality is great. The plastics look really good. The printing on here is excellent. For the price of this figure, I'm really impressed with just how well they've continued to make stuff and not like get overly costly in their prices. Let me just fold the tongue in. Oh, there we go. Like so. And now lock shut. Wow. As usual, Beastbox knocks it out of the park. Now let's go ahead and pop them into box mode. And here we have our box mode. And I will say this, it was really unpleasant getting into this mode. And if you look closely, you can see that it's not quite fitted together. And I'm sure there's a way to get it just right. But the tolerances and everything are so tight, unless you get every single segment and joint and everything just lined up, it's not going to snap together the way it is in the pictures. It looks cool as a box, and it's a cool feature. However, going from the original line to the new ones, it's like going from classics to Michael Bay Transformers, where the transformation is so complex and so involved that it starts to lose the fun factor. Now, I do appreciate that it transforms, and that's the whole point of the line, is that that's what they do. However, if they were just the cool-looking robots themselves, I think I'd be pretty satisfied. And seeing how I have it transformed, I'm not even sure if it's going to fit in box mode, just because I probably have something a millimeter off, so I'm not quite getting in there. So that's, from a reviewer standpoint, I'm going to knock that. I'm going to say, if you are familiar with the line, if you enjoy the line, this figure is still cool, and I appreciate all the things about it, but just be aware, it's going to be a lot more of a hassle to try to put into its box mode than its robot mode. Now, that said, I love the robot mode. I think the aesthetic is very cool. All their aesthetic is really great. Their designer or designers have a great illustrative style. They have a great take on techno-organic life. I really appreciate them. And I would still buy this even with this minor gripe. But that said, just fair warning, box mode is a challenge. It's like 32 steps from robot to box mode, and I still didn't get it quite right. Now, maybe I can give it another 30 minutes and mess with it, but it's not just snap together, intuitive design, and happen. Now, getting it back into robot mode is a bit more intuitive, but that said, this is where we're at. So in the comments below, tell us what you guys think about the Beastbox line. Like and subscribe, and we'll see you all next time.